Darwin and Goliath, it's a spin-out from the Adapt Centre at Trinity College, and their technology provides carbon calculators that categorize transaction data to determine carbon hotspots and to provide recommendations for lower carbon emissions. From Darwin and Goliath, please welcome Eamonn Donlyn.
Well, I must start by thanking the organizers and everybody at EI for providing this platform. I am Eamonn Donlyn. I'm the CEO of Darwin and Goliath, and we help organizations reduce carbon emissions. Every organization needs to reduce emissions, but the majority, 80 to 90% of them, are trapped in supply chains, which is far too great a challenge for a single person or even a single department to tackle. And so a lot of that can be unlocked through procurement practices where we buy and sell our products and services. One of the challenges is the software that manages those things are all focused purely on price, and they don't factor in emissions to this process. And so we've developed an AI solution, an artificial intelligence product that helps you identify those hotspots and make smarter decisions by categorizing your product data and then move down to the product level and make better decisions with your partner companies and the organizations that you buy products from. The market, is quite large. It's a $43 billion opportunity by 2030 in the projections. But who would use this, and what's the best path to market? So we've been working with distilled media, adverts, and done deal, all the way down to the product level data, and they've been quite helpful as partners, as a client of ours. And really where we want to move into is the public procurement sector, where they have leverage over the market and can really force companies to adopt their own practices. The public side also has EU mandates of 55% reduction of emissions, so there's the stick model, if you will, for those organizations to make these changes, where as the private companies that we're working with are early adopters, wanting to impress partners or potential customers by reducing emissions or reduce risk in those regards. Our team is quite capable. Steve and my co-founder and I have both been through the HPSU process before, so we don't have all the answers, but we've learned a bit from that. And we're very fortunate to be in the Trinity environment. Dr. John Gallagher has really been helpful in the emissions side as an advisor. Dr. Yoram Beal on the machine learning and artificial intelligence side, who helped found the project. And so we're very lucky to be a part of this ecosystem. We're looking for partners and investors that want to help us on this journey. And one of the beautiful parts of this ecosystem is that you can really find a strategic investor and partner as being part of this system, and that's what we're looking for. Our goal is a potential exit strategy, finding these large companies that are helping organizations do this that maybe haven't quite gotten to this stage to integrate emissions into their processes and acquire us on the way up. And so we'd love to have you join us on the journey, and I'd be remiss if I didn't wish you all a happy Thanksgiving today as the American on stage. So thank you for the time.
Eamonn, come on over and join us. I'm conscious we have 2 minutes dedicated to your company or your idea and its future potential, so I will ask you why you are wearing the hat at a later stage during coffee break. Now, as to the idea, one of the difficult things when you start to drill down into a supply chain or into procurement for companies is the risk of greenwashing. How do you audit, how do you make sure that the data that is being given in by suppliers or anybody else is accurate? How do you deal with that?
Yeah, this is the biggest problem for everyone, right? And in fact, most organizations that are doing what we're doing are focusing on what's called scope 1 and 2 emissions, the water, energy, the easy bit. That's 10 to 20% of the problem, right? But we've chosen to focus on the hard bit for this very reason. So we're benchmarking all of the different type of products that are in the market. So our software helps supply you information where you don't have it or somebody's not being forthcoming with you. There's industry level data that you can then compare against to make these smarter decisions. And if that company wants to refute that data, then they have to come forth and actually provide you accurate data and backing for it. So it incentivizes you without being too aggressive with your partners to come forth and be more transparent with their emissions so you can get accuracy.
And you said that you're using AI to do it. So how much of this is human programming to set up those inputs, and how much of it is a learning system?
Yeah, so it's a combination of the two. I mean, we're an early stage company, so at the moment we're having to set up a good bit the first time. But as we get through 4 or 5 clients, our industry data grows and grows and grows. So our goal would be actually to automate this to be what's called an open API and have somebody just call our system to get the data they want. But in the short term, we have to set some of that up over the first year with our bed clients.
Finally and briefly, one of the challenges will be the the companies with the biggest potential, or the organizations with the biggest potential to have impact, maybe things like state entities involved in large procurement, but they're a single purchaser. So how do you get into a broad market with this?
Well, see, all of them deal with 50 other companies, right? So even a single client like that in the public allows us to reach a massive amount of private companies.
Eamonn, thank you very much. Stay there if you will. Eamonn Donlyn, folks.